This is way better than we thought. As Marcus Smart spoke to the media as a Laker for the first time, we got some insight into his expectations not only for himself, but how this Laker team will fare with him on it. He also talked about his conversation with Coach Redick and what his expectations were for Smart as the newest Laker. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into everything we have for you for today's video, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we just passed 21,000 subscribers. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys who watch, share, like the videos, because you really help our channel to grow, and we're going to keep giving you that Laker news and Laker updates. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into the topic. So we have for you today as Smart is looking to make a big impact. So Marcus Smart recently had his presser, or his introductory press conference for the Los Angeles Lakers, as he officially signed his 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option for the second year. And Marcus Smart talked about a couple different things, but the main part really him and how he can impact this Laker team and what he can bring to the table, and essentially what has been happening the past couple of seasons for him, as he hasn't been the healthiest he has for his career. So this is the main thing that he said. This is from Mike Trudell. So he said, Smart on a chance to win in LA. It is at the top. The main goal, the reason you want to go out and compete the way you want to try and win championships, what a better place to be able to do it than here, where the show starts and the show ends. Being able to get back on stage to a team that can definitely use me, and I know I can make an impact and help as well. This is a perfect fit here. So Marcus Smart talking about just what his main goal is, and obviously that is to compete at the highest level, and what better place to do it than the Los Angeles Lakers, and for the Los Angeles Lakers team that can use his services, because the thing that the Lakers were truly needing after getting their starting center in DeAndre Ayton was a point of attack defender, somebody to go out there and guard the other team's best players, and they didn't really have that last season, with the exception of a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. But there are still some offensive limitations with him. But with Marcus Smart, there is some viability on the offensive end, as he obviously was a point guard for most of his career, and he's been a guy that has been playing off the ball and is used to being in those 3-and-D spots on the offensive side of the ball. So he fits almost seamlessly into that Lakers starting lineup, or into most of the Lakers lineups, because of his ability to guard a myriad of different positions and do it at a place where the Lakers truly can use the help, because last season they really did struggle to guard at the point of attack. All of these top flight guards, guys like De'Aaron Fox, John Morant, Jamal Murray, just all really carved up the Los Angeles Lakers last season. And they had guys obviously like Austin Reaves, Gabe Vincent, trying their best to really stifle these other guys, but you need a dog, an absolute workhorse, and that is Marcus Smart, who the Lakers have on the roster. And then he was also talking about what was going on for the past couple of seasons, because he hasn't been healthy. He's only played 54 games the past 2 seasons, and he hasn't been a guy that has been truly relied upon to play many games throughout the NBA season, as I believe he's only played more than 60 games once in his NBA career. But he talked about sort of getting back to where he wanted to be. This is back in his Boston days, and this is what he said as Marcus Smart on where his mentality is. I'm very motivated. The last 2 years were a disappointment. Injuries kind of stopped me and held me back, but everything happens for a reason, and I look at those reasons was for me to be here, for people to look at me and say, maybe he isn't the same. And Marcus Smart has a point, because there's definitely going to be a lot of doubters out there, and Marcus Smart is that type of guy that plays already with a chip on his shoulder. So now he's going to have an even bigger chip on his shoulder, and even more to prove with the Los Angeles Lakers team, which is starting to be kind of a theme here, because you have a guy like Marcus Smart who's trying to prove himself. You have Luka Doncic trying to prove the Dallas Mavericks wrong, and people that him wrong, and then also DeAndre Ayton, another guy who is also trying to prove a lot of naysayers and doubters wrong. So you have a lot of motivated guys on this Laker roster to try to prove people wrong and showcase what they can bring to a championship roster. And Marcus Smart brings that aspect the Lakers have not had, and he brings it. If he can come to Lakers and be as healthy as he can be, the value that he can bring back for Lakers is just massive on the defensive end, because he can guard so many different positions and just be put in so many different spots different lineup combinations. You can play him in small ball. You can play him in more conventional units with DeAndre Ayton at the center. So there is so many different things you can do. And as for a guy like Marcus Smart, getting back to that player that he once looked like, Mike Trudell was on a show, Mason and Ireland, and they talked about how he talked to a couple people out of Washington and like how close was to Smart with the version of Boston once he got healthy, and they answered with, "It's closer than you think." So there could be some room for optimism here for a guy like Marcus Smart, playing well for the Los Angeles Lakers and hopefully staying healthy for the Los Angeles Lakers, because the Lakers are definitely going to need his services, especially at the point of attack. And that leads me to my next topic here, as Redick's expectations for Smart, because Marcus Smart talked about his conversation that he had with JJ Redick on an interview with George Sedano on ESPN Radio, and he was talking about his conversation with JJ Redick and just what Redick told him to essentially do for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he just told him to be himself. He wants to put him in a position where he can be Marcus Smart, be that irritator, be that agent of chaos, be that point of attack defender that the Lakers need to really muck things up for the other team, because he is really good at doing that, especially when he is healthy and right. So Marcus Smart, put in that right situation, JJ Redick believes that he can definitely add so much value to this Los Angeles Lakers team, and he can be a guy, like I said, there's so many different lineups that you can use a guy like Marcus Smart in, whether it's small ball groups or whether it's more conventional lineups, or if you want to try some weird things, maybe if some guys are injured here or there, Marcus Smart can make shift as a lot of different things defensively. And that just gives the Lakers just more versatility in general, and you can mix and match different players where you put next to him, where you can maybe even play some other players that you probably wouldn't. And this also helps facilitate lineups with Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves in the backcourt, because having Marcus Smart being that guy in the middle, he can really guard any player that Luka Doncic doesn't want to take, or even a guard any player that Austin Reaves probably shouldn't take. So he really has that dichotomy and just different levels to him. And that's what I think Redick believes that he can add to the team, and he knows how valuable of a contributor Marcus Smart is. He's definitely played in a lot of playoff games, especially with the Boston Celtics, so he has the pedigree. He's been in those moments before, so he's not going to be a stranger to the bright lights of Los Angeles. I know a lot of Laker fans have that worry with a lot of players coming to LA, but Marcus Smart has been in those big moments before, so he should be raring to go for these moments, and really be psyched out to not only make a big play, but just making a big impact on a day-to-day basis for the Los Angeles Lakers. But hopefully the big part is if he can stay healthy. But let us know of what you guys think. Do you guys think that Marcus Smart is sort of like the missing piece that we needed, that point of attack defender, or are you more thinking more pessimistic about a guy like Marcus Smart? Do you think he's not going to stay healthy, or do you think maybe some of his old habits are going to rear his ugly head on the Los Angeles Lakers? So that's ill-advised shot taking, a lot of unnecessary flops, or just some of those things of that nature, or maybe even an excess number of technical fouls, because he's been a guy in the past that can pick up technical fouls here and there. So let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. And just one more thing for us, guys, there is still 79% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not yet subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker updates, Laker news, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss any of that action. All right, I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.